Yo, people, what's going on? It's Egal Talks Football. We're back again with another video. I got Dan Potts in the building. This is, of course, Egal x Dan Potts. We got a lot to talk about. It's been a while. I'm just trying to find out, when was the last time me and you were live together on my channel?
A few weeks ago, I think now.
It had to have been before the international break, before we won these 3 games. Like, fucking hell, it's September 24th, almost a month.
Yeah, man. There's a lot.
We're talking about Arteta under pressure, play Max Dowman. Now we're chilling. We, as you guys can see in the title of the video, we got Arteta and Diego Simeone facing off later today. We have a goal drought from Gyokeres, which sadly we have to speak about, and some news on Gabriel Jesus. But before we go any further, Dan, how you doing, man? It's been a minute. How you been?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Big up to everyone that's come over from Lee Judge's streaming. Lee have just been chatting about tonight's game and in general, Fulham, Gyokeres himself, and how good Saka was. Yeah, so I'm sure we'll get into that as well. And I'm looking forward to tonight, man. I'll be there tonight. I've got to leave in a few hours, so I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm well up for this game, because this was one that when the draw come out, I'm looking forward to. So yeah, man, let's see where we get on.
There you go. And in case anybody's wondering what I am wearing the Arsenal top. You can see right there. It is the Arsenal baseball top, and I got this from none other than, there you go, OK Jersey. So check out OK Jersey. Link is in the description. And of course, you can also just go on OK Jersey. Whatever you need to purchase, £8 off. Use the code EGAL. I know, Dan, you yourself, you're using OK Jerseys. They're hooking up everybody right now. Everyone's
man. Yeah, they're great as well. They're really good, man. It's worth doing.
I'm definitely going to use it for my World Cup jerseys also, because
I'm going to go retro with it as well. Get R9 Brazil and Zidane France and all that. That's what I'm going to do.
Legit. Now, shout out everyone who's watching. First things first, Dan, we're not going to get into the rivals talk, Liverpool and this and all the banter, but just keep it real. You did not expect this. A 9-point swing from Arsenal Football Club on Liverpool the last 3 games, for them to lose 3 games and for us to win 3 games. If I told you this going into that international break after we lost to them, you would have said I was smoking crack.
100, I would have. I didn't expect this crumble from Liverpool. I thought they might struggle a couple of games. I thought they might drop points, and I said that we would, to be fair. But I have to be honest, I thought it was pleasantly surprising. I think Liverpool are in serious trouble at the moment. They have got no settled side. They've got no cohesiveness. They've got no togetherness. They look lackluster. They look clueless. They look poor at the back. They can't get their attack, midfield or defense working. There's a problem in every single department. There's an element that's not working, whether it be their fullback situation, whether it be their midfield balance, or whether it be their attack. Salah is a big issue right now. And I think where last season's slot got praise was how he got 15-20% out of the likes of Diaz, Nunez, Jota, RIP, Konate, the likes of Curtis Jones. This season, it's been the big players that are letting him down. Like Salah is one of them that has let him down big time. So I don't feel personally like we're in a scenario right now where we can get excited and be like, wow, it's going to happen. It's ours. But I do believe that we should win the league, because I don't think that anybody looks settled right now. And I think we've got the best squad. My problem, which is what me and you disagree on, is have we got the manager that can get us across the line? That's the only question mark I've got about the whole of Arsenal. Yeah. So that's the only question mark.
4 minutes in, you couldn't help yourself.
But it's true, bro. I'm not going to change my mind just because Liverpool had dropped, because I've seen this before. Man City dropped last season and we couldn't do it. So this is where I'm at, bro. I honestly believe that Arsenal should win the league. You can clip me up if you want. That doesn't mean I think we will, but we should. Because right now, we're the most settled side. Right now, we have the best squad. Right now, we have the team that looks the most kind of balanced in the league. Manchester City have got an unbelievable striker up front, but that's all they've got, because their highest scorer past Haaland is Cherky, and he's only just come back. I think there's 1 or 2 goals. You've got Liverpool, who I've just said look a little bit of a mess, but if they click, it could be a problem. And other than those 2 sides, I don't think Chelsea have got enough. I don't think Tottenham have got enough. I don't see United doing a madness. I don't think Bournemouth and Palace are going to stay there or thereabouts. I don't see Newcastle and Villa have got enough either. So I think it's going to be one of Arsenal, Liverpool, or City. Now, the difference between you and me is you're going to look at the Liverpool side now and think Arsenal have already won the league, whereas
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
think
That's
it's
not
that
what I'm
easy yet.
saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying everything that I've been saying at the beginning of the season is kind of coming to fruition. Man City, although they got their new goalkeeper and their defense looks a little bit more solid, I I think they're right now looking like the bigger threat than Liverpool at this moment in time, because Liverpool, they've lost a lot of their runners, a lot of the players that did a lot of the hard work, and now they've brought in a lot of new players who I feel like their majority of these players are players who you have to play to their strengths, and Liverpool can't play to Isak's, Florian Wirtz, Kirkes, Frimpong's, and Salah's strengths. Somebody has to take a back seat and be a little bit more of a player who plays within the game. And all these guys seem to be players who are very ball dominant, ball to feet, not in behind. And I just look at Liverpool and I say to myself, their transfer window, although it looks so good on paper, it really, really shows the cohesion and the consistency that they had from taking a team that was fairly good and taking over to the next year and just sprinkling over some new tactics can take you to that league title and help you win it. But hey, I'm not going to belittle anything Liverpool did in the past, but right now they have a lot of work. And Arne Slot, I think
Do you
he
think
is.
it'll click with Liverpool, though? Do you think it'll
I
click?
think I think Arne Slot is moving like what people think Arteta moves like. The way that he's in denial in the press conferences, basically not holding accountability towards himself or his teammates after losses, constantly talking about set pieces, belittling set pieces as importance, and then taking shots at Arsenal, saying how much we're scoring and how much they're conceding, ignoring the fact that they won 9 out of their 38 games last season from penalties. Are those not set pieces? Do they not count as set pieces? I'm confused.
I think his decision making has been erratic, Arlie Slot, of late. I feel like his comments have been very odd. He's been moaning about injuries when last season he said it was part of the game and Arsenal don't get to make excuses. I think that's weird. Not that I made excuses for it, but some fans did, and he said you couldn't. So why is he? And then when you've got the scenario of some of the individual errors he's made in the Chelsea game, putting Gravenberch at like centre back and bringing Endo on, like I think he's been poor. And I've got to be honest with you, I cannot believe he's not kept Ekatike in this side because he is one of their best players. And he's dropped him for Wirtz and Isak, and he's not playing Chiesa. I don't know what Chiesa has to do because he's been one of their better players. Both of them, their best attackers are on the bench. Honestly, it's crazy. It's
Hey,
crazy. Um,
sometimes the transfer window that we ask for is not necessarily the most efficient. Because I know Darwin Núñez, Diaz, some of these guys Liverpool fans wanted to get rid of, is part of the reason why the team functioned so well last season. But hey, enough about Liverpool. Arsenal are on a 5-game winning streak. Did you know that? 5 games in all
yeah,
competitions.
yeah.
We've won every game since the Man City draw, and I kind of feel like then looking back, the conversation around the result after the Man City draw was very reactionary. People need to calm down. I've always said we need to calm down. We can't go too high. We can't get too low. Although when we win a game and we do something really good, people want me to calm down, but those same people want to lose their mind after every single drop point. There has to be some level of balance here, and I think these last 5 results showed us we are who we think we are. Arteta does have different tactics and different ways to play, and even with our injuries, Dan, 5 games we've made them kind of look very comfortable. When you look back at it, Port Vale comfortable. Newcastle was not comfortable, but we got the job done. Olympiacos was not comfortable, but we got the job done. West Ham quite comfortable. Fulham, they didn't really offer any threat, but it was a 1-goal win. And in those 5 games, 4 clean sheets, 1 goal conceded. Unbelievable.
Look, I don't think Fulham and Newcastle were that comfortable, but the others were. I even thought Olympiacos was as well. I've got to be honest. I didn't think they offered much. But like West Ham, I expected that. And if I'm honest with you, I expect to beat these teams. Where I'll give praise, because you can't be hypocritical. Last season, we didn't beat Fulham. This season, we did. We lost to West Ham at home. We beat them this time. Lost to Newcastle at home. We beat them this time. So I said, well, before we went into those 3 games, Everyone said to me, "Oh, looking ahead, what do you think?" I said, "Well, we got to take one game at a time. But at the same time, if you want me to look ahead, I think we got to win them all because last season we only took 1 point out of that 9. We need to take 9, and we have taken 9. Now, I do feel personally this season defensively we're looking the best we ever have, and I know we've always been good defensively, but I think to concede 3 goals and only 1 goal from open play, I think proves that we've got everything right at the back. I still got an issue in attack though, Egal. Now, I'm not saying that it's rubbish and it's never going to get better because I feel like we've got the quality to actually allow us to score more goals from open play. But we can't rely on set pieces all the time, bruv. Like, it's fine being a part of our game. I've got no problem with that. But we need to score more goals from open play. Gyokeres is not looking great at the moment. I'm not convinced yet. And I do like him. I wanted him, but it's still not looking great. Eza had an absolute shocker against Fulham, albeit I think he will come good. Trossard did nothing but shin it in. And that just means that Saka is still our attack at the moment. That's got to change, bruv. I've got to see Saka being one of the better players, not the only hope we've got. Because I thought he was excellent, Saka against Fulham. I thought he was quality. But he was the only one, bro. Again, like that worries me a bit, Egal. I've got to be honest.
All right, let's start with Gyokeres. Since he is on a goal drought, Gyokeres hasn't scored a goal in how many games now? I can't even
7
remember.
or is it 8? 6, 7 or 8? I think
It was the last one was what? Leeds or what was it? Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, right?
Forest was his last goal. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gyokeres is on a goal drought for a decent stretch. And Mikel Arteta, when asked about Gyokeres, he says, as a number 9, he's basically saying he's doing everything he needs to do. He has a mentality. He's helping us in the games. You have Moreno coming out saying his work rate. He's putting in everything in the game, and all the data say that he's helping us so much with the press, leading the press, and stretching the back line with the fact that what he's doing. Mikel Moreno said this in a press conference yesterday when speaking about him, and he believes the goals will come. He also is a player who everyone is just vouching about, saying that the goals will come, goals will come. They don't have any question in their mind about the goals. They're just saying right now it's more about the adaptation and him just getting used to playing with us and all the underlying numbers.
Do you not think we have to be careful? Because a lot of the Arsenal fans are saying, yeah, but look at everything else that he's doing apart from scoring. We didn't bring him in to do everything else. Havertz does that. That's what we're complaining about. We can't now say he drops deep, he brings players in. We got to do that. I think it's great that he does that, but he's got to score as well. I can't have this. He don't score. Yeah, but look at what else he's doing. Like, look, on the one hand, I don't care if he scores 5 goals and we win the league. I don't give a damn, right? But at the same time, I do think for him to be a successful signing, for us to get our attack right, and for Mikel Arteta, this is massively key, by the way, because he's got to get this guy firing because he scored 100 goals in 2 years and he's not got so far any striker at Arsenal firing, whether it's Havertz, Jesus, Lacazette, Aubameyang, Eddie, the whole list goes on. So he has to get this right, Mikel Arteta. So I'm not ready to give up. I think it's too early after 9, 10 games. But at the same time, I can't have us saying, but at least he holds it up well. Do you know what I'm saying? What?
Yeah. Shout out Lee Gunner. He's in the comment section making jokes.
Big up, Gun.
You know, he said, he's like,
What's he
what do you call it? 109, 109, one second, 1,905 days without a trophy, and mans are talking about reactionary. Come on, you're stretching it. You're stretching it. But
it's true, though. It's right, though. We haven't won a
trophy.
trophy.
Right. He's right. But let me bring in the point that I was trying to make, because Dan, although I hear your point, I'm speaking about specifically the people around the players and what they're saying, specifically, not the fans.
This is why I love you, Egal. Never change, Egal. Never change.
Yeah, forget about the fans for a second. Just strictly listen to what Moreno's saying.
I see him pretty confident. I think he's a really confident guy. You can see him every day in training that he does the right thing. He scores goals. So as long as he, keeps working, he keeps providing us with the best performances. And I feel like he knows what he's capable of. He has scored, I don't know how many goals last season. So it's not something you forget from one day to another. He's going to be there. And we all trust him. We all know he's top class player, and I think that's it.
That means Marino's playing tonight. Then that means Marino's playing tonight or starting tonight.
Marino's definitely probably going to start. Yeah, I have no doubt that he's going to rotate the team. And we're going to talk about how the team gets rotated. But are you really worried? I'm not worried too much about Gyökeres at this moment in time. I think I'll start to get worried even more, Dan, if it gets to later on in the season and it's still going on.
I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that he hasn't really lit up the place like I expected him to. Now, I didn't think he'd get like 15 goals by now. I thought we'd be in a position where he might have some form of, maybe he'd have 6 or 7 goals by now. We wouldn't be questioning whether he was a good striker or whatnot. But I'm not massively over concerned, but I will be if he goes without scoring against Palace, Burnley and Sunderland. If he hasn't scored by the time we're talking again, I mean, it's like we're playing, getting ready for the next international break and he's still not scored, I'll start to be concerned about what's the reasons for that. Is it him? Is it style? Is it both? Is it a combination? But right now, let's see what he does. The problem I've got, Egal, is actually missed a couple of half chances of late. That's my big concern. If he was like not getting anything, I'll be like, he ain't scoring, but he ain't giving him anything. But he's gone through on goal a couple of times. He was bad against Port Vale. I thought he took too long to pull the trigger. I thought it was a poor effort against Olympiacos that went miles over the bar. The other day against Fulham, he had a couple where he had a shot, but that Leno saved quite well. But there was a couple he had which weren't good enough. So for me, I'm starting to get a little bit concerned, but not to the stage where I think we need to drop him or anything like that.
Are you missing Havertz a little bit? Am I hearing you're missing Havertz?
No, because I think he provides the same, bruv, if not worse. Do you miss Havertz?
I think Havertz is still very useful to this team, and if he was in this team, he'd be playing a lot of minutes. No debate in my mind. Maybe,
yeah, but where he'll be playing in midfield, bruv.
No, maybe Gyökeres will be coming off 60 minutes and giving him a breather, and
that's fair enough.
They would be basically battling it out to see who can stay up top in certain games. There would be times where you'd say to yourself, Havertz can change the game and give us a little bit more involvement in the midfield and build up play with us rather than Gyökeres. But Gyökeres, I did not sign Gyökeres to get touches in the middle of the midfield. We signed him to get that final touch and that final shot.
I agree.
He has that final shot. It's just everyone's talking about his first touch, his second touch. And that's the main issue everyone seems to have with him right now. And I'm not too concerned about that. But the other thing I wanted to mention quickly before we go on to the game, Jesus is targeting to return in December from injury and potentially could be sold or leave the club right away. He's ahead of schedule. I doubt he'll play a game for Arsenal because of injury concerns. But would you sell him right away in January, or would you keep him?
I'd get rid, bruv. Like, if he wants to stay and they don't want to sell him, then I'm not going to be like, oh no, and cry about it. But at the same time, his time's done at Arsenal. Like, he's not been a signing. He's actually gone down as a flop for me. £50 million, and the guy's been injured for majority of it, even though some of it's not his fault.
That's harsh.
Paid 50 million. Yeah, but we paid 50 million for Lacazette. You compare Lacazette and Jesus, his levels. So this guy's just
Jesus was much better. Lacazette didn't lead us to, and yeah, he helped us win the FA Cup, but Jesus helped lead us to a title charge, helped develop this team to a level.
But Lacazette won us a trophy and got us to Europa League final and Player of the Season.
Okay, if you want to say that,
way, 50 million. Like, Jesus, I'm not saying that he's a flop because Jesus.
Right. I'm kind of forgetting Lacazette was really good for us at times.
But it's also the injuries that has let him down. And that's made him a flop. It's not the actual player. When he's fit, I like Jesus. I think he's a very good player. But for 265 a week and £50 million, it ain't been money well spent. He's got to get off the wage bill, man. Like Carol says, he's got to go. So for me, I'm getting rid of him.
This is a great comment. The wage bill. Did you see the actual wage bill? I've seen this image floating about the actual real wage bill. And
apologies, the best. Apologies, the only one that's good.
Apparently, he's actually only on 220.
That's still too much.
By the way, everyone who's saying Madueke is on 150, it's not true. He's actually on 50K.
What's this though? Where is this from?
This is I seen this tweet from somebody, I can't remember exactly who, but they basically made the graphic of all the Arsenal players' wages without bonuses.
Without bonuses. I just use Copology because that's the only one I know that's reliable. I don't know what this is.
They're not 100% accurate because Max Diamond's on 300 pounds,
350 quid.
350 pounds a week, and then you got the next closest in miles of Skelly on 40K a week.
What's Timber on now then? Because Timber's just saying, what's he now
Timber
on?
is on 130K a week.
Has
Gabriel Jesus is on
signed a new deal with
150.
us then? Timber.
No, not yet.
Ah.
Timber has officially signed a new deal. I don't know. I haven't seen him
No, I don't
officially
think it
sign.
has been official. How much is
I think
Havertz on then?
Havertz is second highest, 275.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
that's
wrong.
a-
Saka's not signed a £300,000 a week deal yet, has he?
No, but that's what they're estimating his wages will be once it's official.
Right. I don't know, man.
But
Either way, I can't believe Martinelli's on 180K a week, by the way. That's ridiculous. That's a joke,
people
man.
are
I like
saying this is
Martinelli.
wrong.
That's
Sorry if
mad.
it's wrong. My apologies. So where do we get the official ones? Because I can't trust this website that's
Apology,
telling me
bro.
150K for
Apology.
but
Go
they're
on,
saying
Capology.
150K. They're saying 150K for Madueke. That's not true.
How do you know that, though?
Reports said
Go
that
on,
he didn't.
Capology. Capalogy. Capology is the only one I've ever used because it's like the real one. Yeah, our Guns is saying it. Capology's verified. That's just some random Top Gooner account.
Capology.
Yeah.
Capology.
Yeah, Capology. He's put it in there. Capology. You can see it from where Guns has put it.
Let me find it.
That's the only one that I use, bruv. And it said Madueke is on 150, which is what it was. He was only on about 50 at Chelsea, apparently.
You know what? Immediately, it just brings up Arsenal salary. It knows I'm looking for Arsenal. Yeah, this thing is a mad thing. It has Madueke at 150. Like, why? How is that true? It can't be true.
Why?
No, that doesn't make
That's
sense.
what we do, bro. That's what Arsenal do, bruv.
It doesn't make sense. So Timber's on 90. No, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't believe it.
Why does it not? Talk to me. You're not telling me why it doesn't make sense.
The reports came that said he left Chelsea to come to Arsenal on the same wages. So I'm just confused. Like, how is that possible?
Maybe that was wrong and Arsenal overpaid like we do. Why is Martinelli on 180? Why is Calafiori on 15K a week and now he's on 115? Why is Marino on 80 at Sociedad? Now he's on 150.
Hey,
because we overpay. We overpay wages.
I don't know how it works, but I think it's a thing that once you're at a certain.
Surprised, Egal. Why are you surprised? I don't get why you're surprised. This has been going on for ages.
Because when the signing was reported, originally they stated that that was the case, but now it's the exact opposite. But hey, let's go to the next thing before we move on, before we go on to Atletico Madrid game. Reports are now coming out that people are like Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher and a bunch of other pundits and people who talk about football on a regular basis are now speaking about long throws and set pieces and saying it's ruining football. You even had ESPN today make an article, Dan, that said set pieces are ruining the Premier League or specifically throw-ins. Are they boosting Arsenal, but are they adding boredom?
I don't really like that style, but it is part of the game. And if I actually thought Jamie Carragher summed it up all right last night, to be fair. I know a lot of people who like it because they seem to think he's got an agenda against Arsenal. But for me, he said it spot on. If you're a manager and it wins you a game, you do it. If you're a spectator, you don't want to see it. And I think that's spot on. I don't want to watch it every week, but if it's going to win people games, then that's the way it is. Like, it's part of the game. It's like I said to you earlier. If Arsenal win games by open play and set pieces, calm. If Arsenal win games by corners every week, I'm going to start to get a bit peeved because I don't pay my money to watch us just drilling a header every week from a corner. Like, it needs to be part of the game, not the only way. And I think long throws should be part of the game, not a style. Like Brentford, for example, I've got that Michael Coyote, I like, by the way, that right back. I think he's going to be excellent. He is. Long throw. So that's where I'm at, man.
Literally, 1 second, Lee, before you go, I just found out, you see these check marks on the Capology? These are the only verified actual wages. So the ones with the green check marks are verified. The ones with the grayed out check marks, they're not 100% verified. So that's why this could actually be wrong. Because it's not checked, the ones that are physically checked, you can see they're the ones that are actually accurate. Anything that's not checked, we don't know if that's the actual price that the player is getting paid. So don't go around saying 100% this guy's getting 200K a week, because that might not be accurate. It might be 195. It might be 198. We don't know. All we know is the green check mark ones, those are 100% accurate. Hence why the check marks are there.
I don't know enough about it all, but you know. Oh, here we go. He said, yes, now look at the wages. Click on the green ones and see their bonuses. So if you click on the green ones, you see the bonus. Saka will get a bonus on top of what he's already got.
What are you talking about? You click the check mark.
I don't know. I don't know how you do it either. Lee, let us know how you do it, by the way, because I'll try and do it.
Is he going to be on the show tomorrow? We can talk about this tomorrow.
No, he's not about. He's got.
Okay.
I think he's live.
Listen, I just honestly wanted to say that because Gunnar Souls was messaging me. Click on the player's name. Click on Saliba's name. Yeah, bro, I got literally 15 minutes left. So we're going to talk about the Atletico Madrid game after this. But yeah, when you click on it, you see the players' bonuses is about, so Saliba's getting, for example, this is what it looks like for Saliba if you guys click on it. Here we go. People saying Egal pretending like he doesn't know. I'm genuinely.
He's getting 38 grand bonus, Saliba.
Yeah, there you go. And then base wages and then bonuses. So yeah, he's actually getting 280, 287 a week if he meets all the bonuses. Interesting. So yeah, it is. But then everyone has bonus schemes. Look at Liverpool's bonus schemes. You'll be shocked. Certain guys are getting base like 300. They're getting then 400. But yeah, let's do capology video one day, another day with Lee. But right now, let's get back to the main game. Atletico Madrid Arsenal.
Saka's getting 100 grand bonus, by the way. Wow, that's mad. Anyway, go on.
Crazy wages. But I do think it's within line of the players' value. Some of their players like Saliba, Saka, they're well within their value. But let's get on to the Arsenal game. What are we saying for the lineup today? I'm thinking same lineup as they came off early, but then the only change would be instead of Rice, do you go Zubimendi and Moreno? Or what?
I'm personally making one change, and I'm putting Martinelli instead of Trossard. That's the only thing I'm doing. I'm keeping everything else the same. So Raya, Timber, Gabriel Saliba, Calafiori, and then in the middle, Rice, Zubimendi, and Eza, and then Saka, Gyokeres, and Martinelli. That's what I'd do, and I'd bring on the likes of Marino, Ethan, Lewis Skelly. That's what I'd do.
Is this a game where he takes out Eze and puts in Marino? Because that's what this is.
Yeah, he will. Oh no, he'll put Marino in because we've just seen him talking. He's definitely playing for instead of Eze.
Predicting
Marino might put Eze on the left, but I don't know. I think he'll.
Look at this. This is the predicted lineup from FootMob. Sorry, bro. It got Mazu Skelly starting, Ben White starting, Moreno starting, and Martinelli starting. So 4 new players into the team. I don't know if Arteta's going to make that many changes. Do you think he'll make that many changes?
I wouldn't make that many changes personally. We need to win this game, bruv. We're at home against a tough opposition. This is harder than Fulham. This is harder than Palace. So we have to go all out for this one, in my opinion. And we're making changes. I know that I like Ben White, I like Lewis Skelly, and I like Martinelli, but I wouldn't be going out making 4 or 5 changes. And this is the thing, when people say to me, yeah, but you can't play that 11 again. Why not? It only played like 1 game together against Fulham, and then we play again in a few days' time. And then by 60 minutes, you're bringing off 3, 4, 5 players, freshen it up. That's the way to do it. Not start with 5, make 5 changes, and then bring 5 players on that were or should have played. Like I look at their side. Julian Alvarez is going to be an issue, mate. He's a baller, absolute baller. I'd take him tomorrow, mate. I think he's quality.
I'm looking at Julian Alvarez. But I'm looking at their midfield and I'm saying to myself, they're gonna play a 4-4-2. It's gonna be compact and they're gonna play on the counter. That's most likely how they're gonna play, right? Have you watched a lot of Atletico Madrid this season? I personally haven't.
I haven't watched them for years, if I'm honest. I don't watch La Liga, but I know Simeone is a bloody hard manager to beat, bruv. I rate him. I know people don't like him because he ain't won anything in 3 years, but he's up against Barca and Real Madrid every year, and he's even outmuscled them sometimes and beaten them in games. Like, I think he's a very good manager, mate, and I don't want to come up against him. I don't like coming up against him. So for me, Liverpool thought they were all laughing at him and all that, and they obviously dropped points there. And they were at Anfield, I think, and it was 2-2. So this one's going to be tough, bruv. Very.
Yeah. What's the lineup? I think the reason why Moreno could start instead of Eze, then it allows us to play that 4-4-2 type setup.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if we do that, I know this is a mess. Let me just show you. So it's basically going to be like this. Instead of Eze playing, you'd have Moreno basically. Mikel Moreno would basically be in the 4-4-2, and the way it will go, it's kind of messed up the way it looks. But you'd have both the wingers drop, and you'd have him go like that.
Yeah,
I don't know, because he just floats everywhere. This guy floats.
But you wouldn't have Trossard, man.
I would rather have Martinelli if we're going to play that kind of setup, because then Martinelli can get back and defend, and he can also go quick in on the counter. But I personally think Eze should start, but I don't think Eze is going to start. I think it's going to be a situation where you probably have Moreno and Gyokeres up top with each other.
Yeah.
Because Arteta does this thing where he matches up against the opponent at times. You see him match up against Liverpool. You see him match up against Man City. Could he do the same thing versus Atletico Madrid? Or will he start with Eze? Eze didn't have the best of games last game either. I don't know. That's just my thought. I don't even think.
I think that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Because Martinelli is better suited to this game, no?
Yeah, 100. I don't want Trossard playing this game, man. Jeez, like I know he scored, but he's not for me. Trossard on the left, he's a sub for me. So yeah, I think that's where we're at.
If he plays Moreno, could it work, or is it going to be the same story all over again?
Yeah, it could work, but Marino doesn't give us any creativity. So he just gives us, but he gives us a threat in a different way, a goal threat. So I don't think it's a madness if he starts him. I think he will. I think he's either going to go with Marino in the middle and Eze wide, or Marino in the middle and Martinelli left and Eze on the bench. That's what he would do. He's not going to go for. He's going to play Rice and Zubimendi. He's not going to drop one of them. Not against Atletico Madrid. So I think the only question mark is who's going to play left wing and who's going to play in the 10. I think everything else picks itself. He might switch Lewis Skelly or Ben White or fullbacks or whatever because they need game time. But I don't know if I would for this one. I think Calafiori's been very good this year as well, and I'm not massively set on him yet, but I've been very impressed with him this year. I think he's been much better in terms of his position and his discipline. He's really sorted that out. So, I mean, he is a little bit all over the place at times where I'm like, crikey, he was offside for the goal. It's like, how the hell can you be offside? How can your left back be offside? But, he's a bit mad. But, yeah, I do think that he's been better. But,
that was a good strike, regardless if it was in
it's quality. Absolute quality.
Yeah. What do you think about the Watergate? The boilers were turned off in the Emirates yesterday when Atletico Madrid were training, and they now reported it to UEFA. I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't realize this was a thing people would get upset about. I think it was maybe an accident. There's no way this was intended.
Yeah, they haven't done that on purpose. That's just not something. I don't think Arsenal are like that. I don't think they do that. I think that's just something. Yeah, that's something that's just happened. So they put in a complaint about it. But let's be real. Anyone's boiler can break, can't it? Crikey.
Yeah. And it was an unforeseen incident. I don't think Arteta did that on purpose or Arsenal did that on purpose. Although, were you at the last game at our last home game? Were you at our last home game?
Yeah.
West Ham, right? You were there, right?
Yeah.
Was there a big difference in the goal celebrations? Because Arteta said he changed the way that they do the goal celebrations. Why are you laughing?
What do you mean by that? I didn't notice it. What were we supposed to have done?
Roman Kemp was speaking about his interaction with Arteta, and basically Arteta said, "Do you like the new goal celebrations?" He's like, "I did that." Basically, he has the player's name getting called out, and then the crowd repeats, called out, and the crowd repeats.
Oh, I see what you mean. The announcer, stadium announcer, when they saw, a lot of people have Stroke, you might want to block this Big Barry guy in your chat, by the way, because he's just spamming. But yeah, I think when you look at the thing, you basically have someone scores, the announcer says Bukayo, Bukayo, Bukayo. Now, and I like Pete, the announcer, he's a top bloke, but I would only do it once if it was me. Bukayo, Saka, Bukayo, yep, Saka, Bukayo, yep, up Saka. You don't say it 4 times, man. I like Pete, big up to
Oh,
him.
you got annoyed after a couple of times.
Well, you don't need to do it 4 times, do you? Do you know what I mean? I mean, maybe you'd quite enjoy it, but I thought it was a bit over the top, really. But yeah, it's something they've changed this season. They did it at the end of last season as well, and everyone was like, "Did he say that 5 times? Why are we trying?" Yeah, I think a lot of, I don't know if you go to let me know in the chat what you think. I thought it was a little bit over the top personally, but yeah, but they're
trying to get the crowd involved. That's all they're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? After winning our last 5 games, then we're at home versus Atletico Madrid. Our record versus Atletico Madrid all time is 1 draw and 1 loss. Today, hopefully, we can get our first win. I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Arsenal victory. I think we concede, but only because it's gonna be. You know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I think it's gonna be a 1-0 Arsenal victory. Atletico Madrid will keep them out. We'll make it boring, and it'll just be another one of those set piece games. I was originally gonna go with 2-1, but I can see where both teams are just very defensive, and we get a goal out of nowhere. Although Atletico Madrid have scored a lot of goals this season.
Yeah, I said with judges that I think we'll nick it 2-1, but we could quite easily draw this game 1-1. So I'll stick with 2-1 and just be positive. But I feel like we could draw this one 1-1, if I'm honest. This ain't going to be like a 4-3 screamer. This is going to be a very difficult game where they keep it keep it tight.
You know, this could be a game where Arteta could impress me if he goes out and has like a tactical masterclass and we win convincingly. If we do that, that would be a statement win. Like Atletico Madrid, as much as people don't rate them the same level as Barca and Real Madrid, Arsenal beat them tonight convincingly. Everyone's eyes will be wide open because this is a tough test. And I do think people will downplay it if we win, and people will go crazy and banter us if we lose. But Atletico Madrid are no slouches.
If we drew this game, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be like, how we drew to them. They're a good team, man.
Facts. Overall, you excited?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, man. When the fixtures come out, it was this and Bayern Munich at home I was looking forward to. So I think we do need to win this game, though, Egal. I think we do. Because the 8 games we've won 2, which means we've now got 6 left. You've got to get really between 15 and 18 points. We've got 6. If we can get 9 tonight, we're on our way to getting in the top 8. And that's so important that we finish in that top 8. I don't want any more playoff games. So, yeah, man, we've got to win this tonight.
Dan, I'm just trying to stay grounded. I'm not trying to go crazy. But this team has me dreaming of winning everything. Hopefully we can at least win something, but
that's not hard though, bruv. That's not hard with you. All you need to do is if we beat Palace and Burnley, you'll be telling me that we're gonna get to the next level and we're gonna dominate again.
Don't take the piss, man. Don't take the piss.
We'll be 12 points clear before we know it and all this stuff. That's what it'll be.
If we take a 9-point lead, you know me, I'm getting excited. But
if we take a 9-point lead, I'll say that we're gonna win the league if we do that.
Yeah, because at this pace, we probably will. And don't forget, Liverpool, Man City play each other soon too. We just need to keep winning our games. But yeah, don't forget, guys. I don't know why this guy's saying don't listen. If you don't want to go on OK Jersey, it's up to you. But I literally just got this shirt from it today. I got a bunch of these shirts from it, and I'm telling you, they're legit. So if you're gonna hate, you can hate on it all you want. But there's a lot of people out there who want retro jerseys. You don't have to get this year's jersey. You can go get retro jerseys. You can go get World Cup jerseys. Go check out OK Jersey, and you can get an 8% discount off these. And this is like the baseball kit. I know some of you guys don't like it, but I like it. I don't know where I could actually get this from. I don't think they even sell this anymore. But Dan, catch you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 10 p.m., man.
Hopefully we win the game convincingly today. And once again, I'm going with the 1-0 victory. You're going with the 2-1?
Yeah.
There we go. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of here. Peace.